Hoppy Pilsner. It's light, crisp, and easy to drink, and yet bold and full of flavor, thanks to those hops. This has quickly become one of my favorite beer styles. Damn! And it seems to be popping up more and more at breweries around me in San Diego. And since I just got my brewery set up, I figured this would be an easy and quick beer to whip up and test out the new brewing space. So let's not waste any time and jump right in. I kept things pretty simple for the grain bill, using all Pilsner malt, which will make this a clean and easy drinking beer. But I'll also be adding a little bit of dextrose, or cane sugar later, to make this even more crushable. But I'll talk a little more about that later. And if you want to brew your own, I'll leave the full recipe linked in the description. But I love adding sugar to my normal IPAs, as it helps dry out the beer a little and makes those hops shine even more. So why not try it here with this Hoppy Pils? Speaking of which, this could also be considered a New Zealand Pilsner, or even an IPL if you wanted. But this is my beer, so I'm calling it a Hoppy Pils. It just feels right. Don't ask me the difference between these three, because I have no idea. But I bet Martin Keen does. Anywho, I'm doing a simple mash of 151 Fahrenheit for 45 minutes, during which I prep some hops. For your Hoppy Pilsner, you can do whatever hop combo you like. And I think, in general, the more tropical and fruity hops you use, the better it might be. But I have seemingly a metric buttload of old hops that I just can't seem to get rid of, no matter how much hop water I made during dry January. So I'm going to try and use up some of what I got, which includes CTZ, Cascade, Citra, and Simcoe, all of which work well together in my experience, and should give this beer notes of citrus, tropical fruit, and a touch of dankiness, if that's a word. With the mash over and the grains pulled out, I brought the wort to a boil and added the hops at the following additions: 0.25 ounces at 30 minutes, the top of the boil, 0.5 ounces each of Cascade and Citra with 15 minutes left in the boil, as well as a Whirlflock tablet for clarity. Then, moments before the end of the boil, I added the dextrose, 8 ounces. It doesn't need a boil, so adding it here will just give it some time to dissolve. And then I chilled the wort down to about 175 degrees Fahrenheit and added an ounce each of Cascade, Citra, and Simcoe. I let those whirlpool for about 15 minutes. This hop stand should give us a lot of flavor without all that bitterness. I then fully chilled the wort down and transferred it into a sanitized fermenter. Since this is a Pilsner, I opted for a lager yeast, specifically Angel Yeast BF27, but something like W3470 or a Lallemand Diamond would be a great substitute. Or if you don't have any way to ferment lagers, you could always use a Quake yeast. I won't tell anyone, it can be our secret. If you do use a lager yeast, you can ferment it at preferred temps, like I'm doing, which is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, or you can probably get away with fermenting a little warmer, closer to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and still get good results. I let mine ferment for about 5 days at 50 degrees, and then I decided to add even more hops, another 1 ounce each of Citra, Cascade, and Simcoe. Into a hop sock, and right in. Of course, I had the seal on my fermenter pop off, and I only slightly panicked, but I did manage to get it back on and closed up. Luckily, there was still plenty of fermentation to go, so I wasn't too concerned about oxidation. It can definitely be stressful when this happens, but just stay calm, everything will be alright. At least that's what I tell myself. Over the next week, I slowly ramped up a few degrees every day until I hit 67 degrees Fahrenheit. And then once the gravity was stable, I cold crashed down to 40 degrees for a few days. Speaking of gravity, this beer started at 1.050 and ended at 1.010, meaning this beer is 5.3% ABV. So finally, I packaged up the beer, adding about a teaspoon of ascorbic acid to help with any oxidation that might have occurred during that transfer. This is totally optional, but it's a nice bit of insurance, especially on hoppy beers. Get in the hole! I then closed the keg and put it in my kegerator until it was ready to drink. Woo! Look at that. You can see me right through it. Hoppy Pils. I've been looking forward to this one so much. It is freaking hot outside right now, so this sounds so good. Let's dive in. Damn, that is good. That is so drinkable. Wow. It is that perfect mix of crisp, clean, easy to drink. I could probably chug this thing in one go, but it also has a ton of flavor from those hops. As far as hops go, it's got a strong bitterness, but it's not overpowering. It actually works really well with this, making it very drinkable. And it has notes of that dankiness that I was hoping for. And of course, Citra. It's almost like a West Coast IPA, but in a very much lighter package. I can see why this is becoming one of the most popular beer styles. And quite frankly, it's become one of my favorite beers. And anytime I see one out, I'm gonna go for it. And the fact that I can now have it at home makes it even better. So if you've never brewed a Hoppy Pilsner, or New Zealand Pilsner, whatever you wanna call it, this is your sign to brewing up this summer. And trust me, you won't be disappointed. And the beauty is you can go 1,000 ways with this. And this is just the starting point. I just used the hops that I had on hand. But you can choose all kinds of different combos and flavor it to the way you like it. So that's about it. Go out and brew one of these. And let me know what you think of the new space. I just finished it up in the last video, and this was my first official beer with it all fully decked out. I had some challenges trying to figure out where to place things and how to film some of the beer roll. I know I haven't posted a lot since that one, but the new space has me re-motivated to keep brewing and keep making content for you. So stay tuned, I got some exciting videos in the works. And until then, cheers, happy brewing.